Hello, hi there. Happy New Year, Aries. I do hope that you are well. My name is Bella and I'm a psychic reader. So if you're watching me for the first time, I don't use tarot cards, but I do work with my spirit guides. That's how I do all of my readings, to give you an intuitive reading to your month this month. It's really interesting. Firstly, I want to say to you that when I started to record this video, it was actually 11:11 here in the UK. So I always pay attention when things like that happen, because it's a message for Aries in particular that some of your wishes are coming into fruition in different areas of your life. So just to quickly let you know that, first of all. The other thing that's also sort of coming out also for you guys is, and I had it with the last reading I just did, was this kind of like, my guides are using some themes a little bit from some like fairy tale stories, and they're saying that some of you, so this is a 4-week reading from the 6th of January, just so you know, because I'm a little bit late this month, is that some of you start by, this is the metaphor, is that you start thinking at the, you're thinking about your life, obviously, because it's New Year, we all do that, thinking about where you want to go, but what your main aim is to not prick your finger on the spinning wheel. And if you know the story of Sleeping Beauty, is that it's been predicted that she'll prick her finger on a spinning wheel and she will fall into a sleep for 100 years until Prince Charming, kisses her and gets true love's kissed. And there's some of you that, don't want to be a bachelor or don't want to be a spinster. Basically, you don't want to be in the category of, this single-minded or sleeping person who has to wait 100 years, or perhaps you've been feeling like it's 100 years until somebody gives you true love's kiss, basically. And that's how you're thinking about your romantic love life. You're thinking, how can I not be that stereotype, in whatever way that looks like for you? So obviously it's not in the verbatim way that I've just explained with that metaphor, but how do I not become this stereotype based on who I am, my gender, my sexuality, my culture? How can I be more, and can I get more out of my love life, basically? And that's how you start the first week, is really thinking about changes you can make. So this is about, if you've been having failed relationships but you noticing there's a pattern, to think about that pattern, to change that pattern, to make a different choice. I.e., are you too nice and give people the benefit of the doubt when they ghost you after 2 days and then they come back after 3 weeks of not speaking to you? Are you that person? Stop being that person, because that's why the loop is, in terms of relationships not working, that's why that's not working. Are you the sort of person who is very committed straight away, that might frighten off another person that you're with? Okay, let me change that. Let me rein it back a little bit. What is the pattern that means you're pricking your finger on the spindle? Change what that is, and you have better results. So the thinking energy is good. It's good for you. It will bring balance and understanding in dynamics. So even if you're in a relationship and you can see that there's, it's been feeling differently, or you want to, invite new energy because maybe it's getting a bit stale, that thinking is going to help that also too. It's going to bring better balance. If you are looking at your relationship and perhaps it's been feeling a bit off, maybe you sitting there and thinking about your part in that as well as their part in that means that you can make some changes to help with that process, to make it better, to bring back the balance, basically. Because I have to say also, for some of you are really pondering on big things too. So the beginning of the year, you're thinking about, do I want to marry this person? Do I want to have a baby with this person? Do I want to move in with this person? Do I want to buy a dog with this person? These are things to think about, because they inform the next stages of where this goes. And is that a help? Is it going to bring balance, or is it just something to paper over something? Like it's all of that the first couple of weeks. But by the time the first couple of weeks are over, if you're quite content, and I do get some of you making some commitments to certain changes or these big ideas that make you feel satisfied, but make the person that you're with also satisfied. Now, some of it could, again, like I said, be the decision about how you even go about dating somebody. For those of you who are single in the third week, my spirit guides are saying watch out for fire signs, and you are a fire sign, so same fire sign as you, or Sagittarius or Leo, as being actually rather compatible for you, which some of you may disagree with that. You know, fire and fire doesn't always go, but I think in this sense, it seems to lend to some changes around a movement and possibilities and passion and loyalties that someone from your own fire sect would be better to offer you. It's not saying that you can't be with another sign. They're just saying that that fire signs are a lot more favourable for your love choices in January, or somebody with a lot of fire in their chart at the very least, particularly in their love or their moon rising would also be good. And they seem to have a bit of a work connection, so it doesn't mean that if you're single in particular, so you either meet them because of work activity, or when you're dating, you know, out and about or online, that they have something similar about what they do for work that you do also as well, would be another element. And or just to add in, if some of you are on holiday also in the third week and you're single, then it's you meet them when you're on holiday also, which, because I'm getting some distance in terms of how you meet them, but perhaps geographical distance and afterwards also as well. So that's coming up if you're single. For the rest of you, where you are in a relationship in the third week and you're feeling a bit more content, I get that more continuing. You might come across to the other person, it's particularly after making that big gesture, as they may ask you again at the end of the month about whether you're sure, just because you've done it, but then you don't seem to say anything more about it. And I think they don't realise this because you're feeling quite content and not necessarily talkative. So don't be surprised if they ask you secondly again, are you sure you want to have that baby? Or are you sure you want me to move in? Because you've said it, but then you to them you seem like you've gone a bit weird because you've not said anything since. So that's also coming up. There's still this continuation then of like, I've made my choice, I've made my decision, I'm really happy with it, and I'm content. The last week also, particularly coming up, also Aries, like this whole baby thing keeps coming up quite a lot. So I have to say, for some of you, please watch out for baby talk. Please watch out for your fertility if you don't have a baby. Like, it's coming up quite a lot about pregnancy, because I'm getting at the end of the month some of you actually finding out that you actually are. Maybe that's why you were thinking about it, or you know. But there is going to be a birth announced. Like, there's baby things sort of coming out quite a lot, and baby symbol can also be a representation of like new beginnings also too. But I don't know about this. There's too many babies. So just watch out for that, Aries. It might be something you really want. And if it is what you really want, then it's really good news coming to you if you're trying. Also, this is a great month for trying. Basically, my guides are saying here, your month will be blessed with the choices that you make, because you're going to be making very logical, clear, intelligent ones that are made from experience, but made to benefit you and other people. So I don't get your decisions are made in a selfish space, and that's great, because all it does, it means that whoever you're with, new or otherwise, they just get this kind of beautiful way of you thinking about going forward with things, and it's just really positive basically. So you've just got this new beginning in your relationship, stemmed from how you think about things. You bring new light, new treasure, new everything into your life. It's nice, and I hope that helps. You've got a nice month, Aries, basically, and it's all kind of your doing, because you really kind of think about it and then act, and then it's appropriate and it's good. You can't say better than that. So I do hope that's been helpful. I will be back next month with another love horoscope reading for 2019, and you take care. Bye-bye.